Bonjour à tous, bonjour à toutes, ici Asmaa Coppery et je reviens aujourd'hui avec un nouvel épisode sur l'amour, love and relationships. Et le sujet d'aujourd'hui, ça va être sur Soulmates et Twin Flames et how to know if you have met one already. Bon, la semaine dernière, on n'avait pas d'épisode. Pourquoi? Parce que j'étais en off pendant le week-end et j'ai pas pu enregistrer pendant la semaine ou 11 semaines parce que j'ai voyagé ce week-end et j'avais besoin de prendre du recul et faire une petite pause. Et voilà, en fait, il n'y avait aucune raison particulière, c'est juste que j'avais pas eu le temps et j'avais voyagé et je me suis dit, je rentre et peut-être je prépare quelque chose et je prends mon temps pour faire un vrai épisode. Et en fait, voilà, et le sujet vraiment qui m'a parlé le plus, c'est les Soulmates et Twin Flames, et c'est quelque chose qui m'intriguait énormément. Voilà, donc let's dive into the subject. Have you ever met someone and immediately knew that you were meant to be together and they were meant to be in your life? Maybe talking to them felt like talking to an old friend, like even though you've just met, literally the second you set eyes on them, you just met and you feel like you've been talking to an old friend. Or maybe you suddenly couldn't picture a future and a life without them in it. I don't know if this already happened to you, but like, not to get all crazy on you, but it might not just be your imagination. You might have met your soulmate or twin flame, someone whose soul is looking for your soul, someone whose soul found yours to be the perfect fit. So what does it mean if you didn't feel that cosmic connection with your partner? First, let's get into the difference between a soulmate and a twin flame. So what is a soulmate, you may ask? So to put it simply, soulmates are two souls that are destined to be together, but don't get it twisted actually. Your soulmate can be platonic, so it can be just like a friend. It doesn't have to be your partner. And you and your soulmate might meet and click automatically. Like, it could be like your work best friend, it could be like your best friend, your sister, your cousin, someone whose soul clicks with your soul, someone whose soul understands your soul. And a soulmate is a person you feel so connected to that the relationship runs smoothly because of the strong bond and compatible thing you have with them. So like, it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be just platonic. And this is what Dr. Mia Bettinger, a medical practitioner who specializes in internal medicine, said. A soulmate connection will shadow all the relationship that you've had in the past. So they often feel like it's very safe and easy because your two souls will always find a way to compromise and make your relationship work. It's with the soulmate that you finally start to ask genuine questions about yourself, about love, and you begin to face the answers that you've been avoiding and you grow. So this is how you can know if you have found your soulmate. So one thing that you need to know is that you have a lot of soulmates out there. It can be your best friend, your sibling, or your partner, and they can all be your soulmate. So you can have with them all a soulmate connection. As I said, it can be either platonic or romantic. So how do you know if you've met your soulmate? A soulmate connection will feel easy. Okay, just picture what I'm trying to say, and maybe you'll think of that special person who you feel like are your soulmate. So this is how you can know. A soulmate connection will feel easy and expand your greatness. It might feel too good to be true, especially if relationships in the past have felt like a full-time job, trying to understand each other. You might feel like you've known them your whole life, even if you just met. And you might be more vulnerable than you've ever been before with that person. I don't know if you have someone in your mind, but this is how you would know if you've met your soulmate or like one of your soulmates. Okay, so now we're done with soulmates. Let's see what is a twin flame. So, on the other hand, a twin flame is a kind of relationship where the same soul is cut into two or a mirror of each other. And this is one soul that shares an intense connection because they mirror each other's weakness, emotional damages, and insecurities. And when I was younger, I remember one of our teachers, he told us that a twin flame is like two stars that have met in the sky. Two stars that have met in the sky are soulmates, and they found each other on Earth. And a twin flame is like one star, right? That when it was on Earth, it divided into two, and they will eventually find each other. So like, this is a twin flame. This is the only person that is your twin flame. So when you find each other on Earth, like everything is written in the sky. So this is our teacher, what he said. And there's okay, let me give you like a fun story about Taylor Swift. She said that, I don't know if you know him or like if you remember the story, but she said that Jake Gyllenhaal was her twin flame in her song All Too Well, the 10-minute version, of course. And like, again, a twin flame relationship is, or like a twin flame connection is the mirror of each other's weaknesses, emotional and damage. And this is why it can be very toxic. So your twin flame is not always your perfect match because you two can bring out the negative sides of each other. However, twin flames often learn a lot from each other, because these relationships can be very transforming. Some experts believe that you cannot meet your soulmate without having learned the necessary lessons from a twin flame connection. But what if you're dating and in love with your twin flame? Because remember what I said? I said a twin flame can be somehow toxic and chaotic. Don't panic, because twin flames, they will teach us a lot about ourselves. And when aligned, you can also bring out the best in each other. These relationships might not come with as much ease as a soulmate connection, but you can end up extremely happy with twin flame for the rest of your life. So like, it's not all chaos. It can also be happy ending. How do you know if you have met your twin flame? So, did you ever meet someone and wonder how you could possibly be so alike and so similar? A twin flame is like a mirror version of yourself. You may be surprised by how similar you are and how natural the conversations feel. But if you have not met your twin flames yet, don't feel like you need to plan a cross-country road trip in search of them. Not everyone will have a twin flame, and that's okay. It just like makes finding the love of your life or your soulmate so much easier. Okay, so now we know what is a soulmate and what is a twin flame. But what's the difference between the two? While they share a lot of similarities, so you feel like you were destined to meet them, and they can both bring a lot of healing and growth through your life, they're also very different connections. The main difference is that while your twin flame is two halves of the same soul, soulmates are two souls that belong together. So this is what I said when our teacher said that soulmates is like two stars that meet on the